Rain drizzled softly outside as the Yin family sat nervously in their living room. Silver plates of sweets, fruits and tea were arranged perfectly. In stood behind the curtain, peeping out. If, whispering, "Why are they coming to see me? I didn't agree to this." Her mom gently touched her arm. "In's mom, just meet them. No one is forcing you, but opportunities don't knock twice." Inside, looking away as cars stopped outside, the Jung family stepped out, dignified, powerful, intimidating. Mrs. John looked at him with a soft, approving smile. "Mrs. Yeon, you're very pretty. I've seen your art portfolio. Impressive." In bowed politely. "In thanked you, maid." Then Jungkook walked in, tall, sharp jawline, aura cold like winter. His eyes met In's briefly, but he looked away. "Jungkook," flat tone, "I'm only here because my parents insisted." His mother glared at him. "Mrs. Jeon." Jungkook, In stiffened, embarrassed. "It's fine. I didn't want this meeting either." Both families blinked in surprise. The elders pushed them into the kitchen to talk privately. Jungkook leaned on the counter, arms crossed. "Jungkook, you don't have to pretend to be polite. Just say you're not interested." "I already said I wasn't. I have my own dreams." Jungkook smirks. "Good. Then our answer is no." But as they left the kitchen, their parents looked too hopeful, too desperate. "Mr. Young, do you think marriage is a joke? Your grandfather's last wish was to see you settled." "In's mom, your future will be secure. We're only thinking of your happiness." Both sides arguing, voices rising, emotions exploding in every direction. In suddenly shouted, "Stop, both of you. This is our lives, not business." Jungkook looked at her first time with real emotion. Later that night, Jungkook overheard his mother crying alone. "Mrs. Young, all I want is to know he won't be alone when I'm done something." In Jungkook cracked. At the same time, he found her father quietly removing her children's drawings from storage. Instead, sometimes we must walk into storms to discover who we truly are. Something shifted inside her too. The next morning, both families gathered again. Silence. In and Jungkook exchanged a long look, and unexpectedly Jungkook, "He'll marry her." In's heart dropped. "I will too." Both shocked at their own words. "Mrs. Jeon," gasped. In's mom burst into tears of relief. The fathers proudly nodded. But Jungkook and In stared at each other with a silent thought. Both. What did we just do? The mandap was beautifully decorated, glowing with golden lights, fresh jasmine and soft traditional music. Everyone looked delighted except the bride and groom. In walked slowly, her red lehenga brushing against the floor, and Jungkook stood tall, emotionless, adjusting his suit's sleeves. They sat next to each other, avoiding eye contact completely. "Priest, please hold each other's hands." Jungkook hesitated, then lightly touched her fingers barely. As hand trembled but she didn't pull away. Their parents smiled proudly, unaware of the silent storm between them. "Mrs. Jeon whispered to Jungkook, "Son, at least pretend to be happy." Jungkook clenched his jaw and nodded stiffly. The door clicked shut behind them. Their new bedroom was huge, luxurious, and awkwardly silent. Jungkook immediately grabbed a pillow and blanket. In phone, "What are you doing, Jungkook?" "Ill, sleep on the couch." "Don't worry, I won't bother you." "I didn't ask you to, but fine." She walked to her side of the bed, pretending to be unaffected. Jungkook looked at her for a moment, something unreadable in his eyes, then turned away. Then night passed with them sleeping in the same room as strangers. The next morning, the entire Jeon family sat for breakfast. Mrs. Jeon happily looked at the couple. "Mrs. Jeon, dear, how's your first morning in the house?" It smelled polluted. Jungkook and stayed glued to his phone. "Mr. John sternly, put your phone down at the table." Jungkook sighed and set it aside. "Mrs. looked between them. Mrs. Dion, you two should go out together today. Maybe shopping, dinner, both replied at the same time. No awkward silence. Mind he, Jungkook's childhood friend who had come to visit, smirked. Mindy, guess the arranged marriage charm is already fading, and stiffened. Jungkook's eyes flashed irritation. Jungkook, Mindy, stop. Mindy raised an eyebrow, surprised he defended him. The family exchanged glances. Later that night, Jungkook came home late after meetings. He found her asleep on the couch, still wearing her day outfit, a blanket barely covering her. He frowned and shook her lightly. Jungkook, why are you sleeping here and half awake? You didn't tell me when you'll come, and your mom was waiting for you. I kept checking, but I guess it fell asleep. Something stung him, but he masked it. Jungkook, you don't have to wait for me. We're not that type of couple. His expression hardened. Right, we're just two strangers forced me to a house. Jungkook said. Jungkook cold. If you understand that, then stop expecting anything. And silently walked toward the bed. Jungkook watched her back, and for the first time felt guilt. Later, Jungkook overheard him talking to her best friend Sejin on the phone. Her voice cracked though she tried to hide it. I'm trying, soon, but he doesn't even look at me. This house feels like a palace, but I feel so alone inside. Jungkook froze. The words stabbed him deeper than he expected. When she hung up, she turned around to find Jungkook standing there. And startled, what are you doing here? Jungkook looked shaken. What covered it? Jungkook, nothing. I just came to get my charger. But as he walked past her, he whispered Jungkook in soft, barely audible, in sorry, and sighs waiting. He didn't wait for a response, walked out immediately. The next evening, In was painting in the balcony. Wine blowing her hair, soft music playing, she looked peaceful. Jungkook paused at the doorway, mesmerized. Jungkook's thoughts, why does she look beautiful today? In noticed him and stiff-eared. In, do you need something? Jungkook, I didn't know you paint this well. In blinked. A compliment from him. In thanks. It's my way to breathe. Jungkook walked slowly toward the painting. Sun's colors reflected in his eyes. Jungkook, maybe he'll join you next time. In's brush almost fell. And you paint? Jungkook smirked softly. Why scared it'll be better in laughed a real soft walk. Jungkook froze, hurt, thumping. The distance between them felt smaller for the first time. It was a busy evening at the Jeon headquarters. In had brought lunch for Jungkook because Mrs. Jeon insisted he hadn't eaten since morning. She stepped into the lobby feeling small among the tall glass walls and rushing employees. Receptionist. Are you here for a meeting? No, in Jungkook's wife. The receptionist's eyes widened. Receptionist. Oh, cool. Please, come in. As she walked toward Jungkook's office, she heard someone laughing loudly. Mind he? She was sitting on Jungkook's desk, legs crossed, flipping through his schedule. Mind he teasing. You need a break, Cook. Look at these dark circles. You should have married someone who can actually handle your lifestyle. The door opened and stood there holding the tiffin quietly. Jungkook immediately straightened. Jungkook, why did you come alone? You could have called me. Mindy's smile froze. Your mom said you hadn't eaten. Jungkook took the tiffin from her hand gently. Jungkook, soft. Thank you. Then Mindy scoffed. Mindy, she's really acting like a perfect wife now. And sighs lowered Kurt, but Jungkook's jaw clenched. Jungkook cold, sharp. Mindy, enough. Mindy blinked, shocked. Jungkook, I was just Jungkook. You don't get to talk to her like that. Not in my office. Not anywhere. Mindy stared at him, stunned. In's heart skipped a beat. It was the first time he stood up for her. On the way out, the elevator doors closed behind them. Silence. Soft music. Heavy air. In hugged her purse tight. You didn't have to defend me. Amused to people like her. Jungkook. you shouldn't be. She turned, surprised by the gentleness in his voice. Jungkook, I'm not good with words, but I know when someone crosses a line. In looked at him quietly. In thank you. He met her eyes. The tension between them felt electric. Jungkook, softly, you look tired. Did you skip lunch too? In's lips parted. He noticed, I was rushing. He sighed. Then, unexpectedly, he placed his hand on her head gently. Jungkook, you need to take care of yourself too. In froze. Her heart trembled and Jungkook realized what had done and quickly pulled his hand back, ears turning red. The elevator dinged open, saving them both. That night, In was outside the house gate talking to Soojin, her best friend. He had come to drop a set of painting brushes for her. Soojin, at least now you're looking a bit happier. I was worried. In smiled faintly. In trying to adjust. A car engine stopped behind them. Jungkook. His eyes darkened, instantly seeing In with another man. Jungkook, cold, emotionally tight. Who is this? Soojin turned politely. He's Soojin. Her best friend Jungkook cut him off. Is it normal for best friends to visit married women at night? In's eyes widened. In. Jungkook, don't be rude, Jungkook. I'm just asking. Soojin raised his hands calmly. I understand the misunderstanding. I've known him for 10 years. Jungkook stepped closer, walking in slightly. Jungkook, whatever. Next time, call before you come. In grabbed Jungkook's wrist. An angry whisper. What was that? His my friend. Jungkook's voice dropped. I didn't like how close he was to you. In froze, wait because it hurts your gold. Jungkook stared right into her eyes. Jungkook grew quiet. No, because it bothered me. A lot. In inhaled sharply. Their faces were inches apart. Soojin cleared his throat. Or I should leave. He walked away awkwardly. But in and, Jungkook didn't move. It started raining suddenly. They walked inside the gate, but Jungkook caught her arm. Jungkook, don't talk to me like that again. In pulled her hand away, then don't act like you own me. The rain poured harder, drenching them both. Jungkook, I don't own you. But he stopped, chest rising and falling heavily. In, you what say it? Jungkook grabbed her arms gently but firmly. Jungkook, I care. Okay, I care. In's breath hitched. You softly, said Spring. Jungkook swallowed. Jungkook, I don't know, but I had seen you upset. I had seen you with someone else. I hate. He stopped himself again, frustrated. In whispered, you don't have to feel responsible for me. Jungkook, it's not responsibility. He stepped closer. Rain slid down his face like glass beads. His voice cracked, just don't walk away from me. Not now. In's heart melted painfully. Her voice trembled, then stopped pushing me away. Their eyes locked, raw, vulnerable, honest. Before anything more could happen, a servant called out from the door. Servant, sir, madame, you'll catch a cold. Please come inside. They stepped apart reluctantly. But something heavy, warm, and irreversible had shifted. After the rain argument, In returned to her room shivering. She wiped her hair with a towel and sat on the bed, but her head spun. Within an hour, her body felt like fire. A weak whisper. No. Now she curled up, clutching her blanket, but the chills wouldn't stop. A knock sounded. Jungkook. In dinner is the moment he entered, he froze. It was curled up, breathing hard, face pale and flushed. Jungkook, panicked whisper. He rushed to her side, touching her forehead. His expression changed instantly. Fear, guilt, worry. Jungkook, damn you burning. In weak, in fine, just headed he. Jungkook, firm, voice shaking. No, you're not fine. Why didn't you tell me? He lifted her carefully, bridal style, ignoring her protests. In, Jungkook, put me down. Jungkook, be quiet, please. He placed her gently on the bed, covered her in blankets, and ran to get medicine and water. He returned, sitting beside her, brushing hair from her forehead in a way that made her heart flutter. Jungkook, soft, have this?" In stared at him. He had never looked so tender. "And you don't have to, Jungkook." "I want to." In swallowed the medicine silently. Jungkook placed a cold cloth on her forehead, watching her with worried eyes. "Jungkook, I should have stopped the fight. I should have taken you inside earlier. I'm sorry." In blinked in surprise, Jungkook apologizing. She exhaled. In weak smile. "It was your fault." His eyes softened even more. He stayed beside her the whole night, not once leaving her side.